What did you do when your husband forced your daughter to do something she hated? My husband Vince discovered that our 9-year-old daughter Lynette could play piano, and within a week he'd signed her up for a national competition with a $50,000 grand prize. This is our ticket, he kept saying, eyes glued to his laptop showing past winners. I tried to reason with him. Vince, she's not ready for this level. He slammed his hand on the table in anger. She either wins or she quits piano forever. I'm not paying for a hobby. This is an investment. You see, Lynette loved piano. She'd play Disney songs after school, making up little dances as she went, but now Vince had her practicing 6 hours a day. No friends, no TV, no playing outside. Daddy, my fingers hurt, Lynette whispered during dinner once. Winners don't complain, Vince shot back. You think those kids on stage got there by whining? I reached for Lynette's hand, but Vince grabbed my wrist. Don't baby her. She needs to toughen up. The next 3 months were literal hell. Lynette would have to wake up at 5 a.m. to practice before school. Her teacher ended up quitting because Vince screamed at her for wasting time on basics. Then he hired someone he found online who claimed to train competition champions. This new teacher made Lynette play the same piece 50 times in a row. If she made one mistake, she'd start over. Lynette's hands started shaking constantly. Her finger joints were constantly in pain. When I confronted Vince about everything, he pulled out his phone and showed me a video of an 8-year-old winning $100,000. You want Lynette to be a failure? Is that what you want? I tried taking Lynette to the doctor, but Vince had removed me from her insurance decisions. I handle her medical needs now, he said. I begged him to let her have just 1 day off. The competition is in 2 weeks, he screamed. You want to throw away $50,000? As days passed, Lynette stopped smiling entirely. She'd sit at the piano like a robot, playing the same advanced piece over and over. Her little fingers could barely reach all the keys. One night, I found her trying to tape her fingers straight because they hurt too much to bend. Mommy, if I win, will Daddy be happy? She asked. Will he let me stop? My heart shattered. I held her while she sobbed. It's okay, sweetheart. That's when Vince found us and yanked Lynette away from me. Stop filling her head with weakness. She has to practice. I knew this couldn't go on, and I knew I had to do something soon, or risk losing my daughter. The day of the competition arrived. There were 500 kids from across the country, and Lynette was the youngest in her division. When we were backstage, I comforted her because she kept throwing up from all the nerves. Vince didn't care at all. It's just stage fright. She'll be fine. I cleaned her face and held her close. Other parents stared as Vince paced, calculating the prize money out loud. That's when I finally made my decision. I knelt down to Lynette's level and whispered in her ear, "Sweetheart, when you get on that stage, I want you to play whatever makes you happy. Forget the competition. Play something that makes you smile." Her eyes widened. "But Daddy won't. Trust me," I said. "Play from your heart. Play badly if you want. Just be yourself." Lynette walked onto that massive stage, looking tiny in her formal dress. She sat at the grand piano and looked at me. I nodded back. Then she took a deep breath and started playing Let It Go from Frozen, but she played it badly. Really badly. Wrong notes everywhere. Completely off rhythm. But she was smiling. For the first time in months, my daughter was smiling. She even started singing along quietly, forgetting hundreds of people were watching. The judges looked confused. The audience shifted uncomfortably as the terrible music assaulted their ears. Vince turned white, then red, then purple, and I swore I saw fumes coming out of his head. She finished with a flourish, stood up, and actually took a bow. The scattered, confused applause was the most beautiful sound I'd ever heard. Vince exploded in the parking lot. "You told her to do that!" He was right, but I didn't care anymore. 3 months of my time, my money. I lost $50,000 because of you. He grabbed Lynette's shoulders. "You're done with piano. Done. I'm selling it tomorrow." That's when Lynette said something that changed everything. "Good," she said, looking him straight in the eye. "I hate piano now. You made me hate the thing I loved most." She pulled out her little notebook where she used to write songs. "I wanted to compose music when I grew up, like the Disney movies. But now I can't even listen to piano without feeling sick." She threw the notebook in the trash. "Thanks for ruining my dream, Daddy." The silence that followed was deafening. Even Vince seemed stunned.